Juventus is more than a football club from Turin. It is one of the defining institutions of Italian sport, a team whose name is tied to trophies, controversy, national identity, industrial power, and a fanbase that stretches far beyond its home city. Known simply as Juve, and famously nicknamed La Vecchia Signora, or the Old Lady, Juventus has become the most successful club in Italian football history. Its story begins in the late 19th century, but its influence runs through almost every major era of the Italian game. To understand Juventus is to understand how a club can become both a local team and a national symbol. The club was founded in 1897 by a group of students in Turin, in the Piedmont region of northern Italy. Its original name was Sport Club Juventus, with Juventus coming from the Latin word for youth. That origin is important because it captures the spirit of the club's beginning, young people adopting a new sport that was spreading across Europe and turning it into something permanent. Turin at the time was an industrial and cultural city, and football was still developing its identity in Italy. Juventus began as a student club, but over time it grew into one of the oldest and most stable football institutions in the country. Juventus' identity is instantly recognizable: black and white stripes, a minimalist modern badge, and a reputation built on winning. The nickname the Old Lady may sound unusual for a club whose name means youth, but it reflects affection, tradition, and a sense of endurance. Juventus has reinvented itself many times, yet it has always carried the weight of history. Since 2011, the club has played its home matches at Juventus Stadium, a modern arena built to strengthen matchday revenue and create a more controlled, intimidating home environment. The stadium became a symbol of a club trying to combine tradition with modern football business. What separates Juventus from every other Italian club is the scale of its domestic success. The club has won a record 36 Italian league titles, more than any rival. It has also won 15 Coppa Italia trophies and 9 Supercoppa Italiana titles. These numbers matter because Italian football has never been easy to dominate. Serie A has featured tactical excellence, fierce regional rivalries, and historically powerful clubs like Inter Milan, AC Milan, Roma, Napoli, and Torino. Juventus' ability to win across different generations, managers, and tactical eras is the foundation of its reputation as Italy's most successful club. The club's rise into a true national force accelerated in the 1930s. During that period, Juventus established itself at the top of Italian football and helped shape what domestic dominance could look like. Italian football was becoming more organized, more popular, and more connected to national pride. Juventus was not simply collecting wins, it was becoming a model of consistency. The club's success also coincided with the growth of football as a mass spectacle in Italy. By building a winning identity early, Juventus created expectations that would follow every later generation. Competing was not enough, the standard was victory. A major reason Juventus became so powerful was the long relationship with the Agnelli family, who have owned the club since 1923. The Agnellis are closely associated with Fiat and the industrial identity of Turin, and their involvement gave Juventus a level of stability rare in football. This connection helped the club professionalize, attract talent, and maintain ambition over decades. It also shaped the club's image. Juventus was not only a sporting organization, but part of a wider industrial and social story. For many Italians who migrated for work, especially to northern factories, Juventus became a club that represented aspiration and mobility. Juventus' European reputation grew especially under Giovanni Trapattoni from the late 1970s into the mid-1980s. During that era, the club won 6 league titles and achieved major international success. Most importantly, Juventus won its first European Cup in 1985. That victory made the club part of Europe's elite, but the era is also remembered within a wider and more complicated football history because European finals of that period carried intense emotional and cultural weight. Juventus became the first club to win all 3 major UEFA competitions, the European Cup, the UEFA Cup, and the European Cup Winners' Cup, proving its quality across different formats. In the 1990s, Juventus entered another golden age under manager Marcello Lippi. This was a period of tactical discipline, physical intensity, and elite attacking talent. Juventus won 5 league titles during Lippi's broader spell and captured the 1996 Champions League, the club's second title in Europe's top competition. Even more impressively, Juve reached 3 consecutive Champions League finals from 1996 to 1998. That run showed the club's ability to compete consistently at the highest level, even if finals can turn on small margins. The Lippi era helped define modern Juventus, organized, ruthless, adaptable, and comfortable under pressure. Internationally, Juventus has one of the most complete trophy records in world football. The club has won 2 European Cup or Champions League titles, 1 European Cup Winners' Cup, 3 UEFA Cups, 2 UEFA Super Cups, 2 Intercontinental Cups, and 1 UEFA Intertoto Cup. More uniquely, Juventus remains the only club to have won every official UEFA men's club competition. That detail captures something important about the club's history. Juventus has not only succeeded in one competition or one period, it has collected trophies across changing European structures. Its European story includes glory, frustration, near misses, and a constant desire to prove itself beyond Italy. The most dominant domestic chapter in modern Juventus history came between 2012 and 2020, when the club won a record 9 consecutive Serie A titles. This streak reshaped the Italian football landscape. Juventus combined smart recruitment, experienced leadership, defensive strength, and a winning mentality that other clubs struggled to match. Players changed, managers changed, and challengers emerged, but the title kept returning to Turin. The run also included 2 Champions League final appearances, showing that Juventus was not only ruling Italy but trying to turn domestic dominance into European supremacy. The missing Champions League during that era remains one of the club's great frustrations. Juventus' influence can also be seen through the players who have worn the shirt. Juventus players have won 8 Ballon d'Or awards, reflecting the club's ability to attract and develop footballers considered among the best in the world. The club has also provided more players to the Italy national team than any other club. Juventus players were part of Italy's World Cup winning squads in 1934, 1982, and 2006. This connection to the national team is central to Juve's identity. For many fans, Juventus represents not just club excellence but a major pipeline into Italian football history itself. No great club exists without rivals, and Juventus has several. The rivalry with Torino is local and emotional, a battle for the city of Turin. Torino carries its own proud history, and the derby is about identity, neighborhood pride, and memory. Juventus' rivalry with Inter Milan, known as the Derby d'Italia, is broader and often more intense nationally, fueled by title races and contrasting club identities. AC Milan is another historic rival, especially because both clubs have frequently represented Italian football on the European stage. These rivalries keep Juventus' success from feeling abstract. Every trophy is won against opponents with deep histories of their own. Today, Juventus is one of the world's most widely supported football clubs and one of the most valuable. Listed on the Borsa Italiana since 2001, it operates not only as a sports team but as a major football business. The club's challenge is balancing tradition with modern expectations. Winning in Italy, competing in Europe, developing commercial strength, and maintaining a global fan base. Juventus' story is ultimately about longevity. From students in Turin to record-breaking champions, from domestic dynasties to European knights, the old lady has survived, adapted, and remained central to the game. In Italian football, Juventus is not just part of history. It is one of the clubs that wrote it. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more explainers.